Welcome back to a really important video. I'm going to be giving you a market update on what's going on right now in crypto. We're going to be going through Bitcoin. We're going to look at Ethereum. And I've got some really interesting charts to show to you that prove that altcoins are about to start running very, very soon. If that sounds interesting, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Also, check out the VIP group link down below and book a free call with one of my closest representatives. And sign up to Blowfin right now if you want to get the best exchange and get some sign-up bonuses. You can potentially win literally a Rolex in dollar value. Check it out, guys. The link's down below. So right now, Bitcoin is doing exactly what we thought it would do. It is pulling back to the macro support level, the level which we rejected at back in January. You guys remember the January 20th inauguration day top. That is a level which we are now flipping for support. And the question is this the bottom for Bitcoin? Are we now going to start moving up and potentially going on to do that, all-time high, which I've been talking about for a while, of potentially 127 to 131K? Is it time? That's the question people are asking. And I personally think it's possible this is the bottom here. But at the same time, we have a major golden pocket level sat around 108.3, 107.4 as the two levels in that pocket. So it's very possible Bitcoin could come down on a wick to that pocket, get a lot of liquidity, and then start bouncing up to that CME gap, which I believe is around 117K. So I personally think you can't go wrong right now DCAing into the markets. Obviously, we need to take into consideration the absolute worst case scenario, which is that this was the top for Bitcoin and the bull market is now over. But if that is the case, we'll know that once Bitcoin closes the week below the Gaussian channel, okay? Usually the Gaussian channel holds in a bull market. You can see all the times it has held this bull market back down here at 48, 49K, again here at 52K, again here at 74K. Now, we did go into the Gaussian channel, but it was just on a wick. What really matters is the close on the week. So we have a lot of potential support on the way down to that Gaussian channel, and it is obviously creeping up a bit here. By the time we get there, maybe it will be, in the hundreds. If we do get there, I'm saying we might not even get there, right? But if we do get there, it may be in the hundreds. But Bitcoin has some key levels that it can use as support until we get there. We've got the clear level we're using as support right now, 109K. Then we've got this golden pocket. Then we've got this potential 786 fib level of around 103. And then you'll obviously have the massive support, the critical support that you would have to hold on Bitcoin. Otherwise, it would probably all be over here. Now, I personally believe the bull market is not over. I give it a 70% chance of still resuming and Bitcoin continuing to put in a newer high. However, there is a 30% chance, in my estimation, that the bull market is over for Bitcoin. Now, when it comes to altcoins, however, that is not the case. I think altcoins really are just getting warmed up here. And I'm going to be sharing with you in a moment one of the trades I literally just opened on my Blowfin account. But right now, you can see Ethereum is using that 382 fib level as support. And Ethereum's actually got a really nice structure to it in the short term. If you don't take into consideration the fact that it's just rejected at its all-time high level, which, could be a cause for concern for some people. If we zoom in here, you can see Ethereum's looking really good. I mean, it's putting in literally really great higher lows, and it's at the 382 fib level right now. It's possible this is the low for Ethereum, and then it uses this to catapult higher and go and put in an all-time high somewhere around 5.8K. That is my personal target. So Ethereum's looking pretty good, but the altcoins are looking even better. Now, they're looking good because they're looking bad, if that makes sense. They've been beaten up so much that there is such a good value proposition play now with the altcoins. This chart on the screen is others divided by Ethereum, and you can see that is literally right now at massive, massive support. And this chart is everything. If you're an altcoin investor, this is everything. Because altcoins have, in fact, been bleeding to Ethereum for a while. But I believe that is now about to change. Because the others divided by Ethereum chart has gone to a critical level of support a level of support which stems all the way back to June 2024. And we're using that now to potentially start moving up on the others to Ethereum chart, just like ETH BTC. We've all seen Ethereum and Bitcoin and how that came down to major levels of support. And now we're getting a bounce. Very similar with Ethereum divided by others. That's a chart that you should look at. It's very possible here that we get a bounce. You can see like how many times it's come down to this level and kind of got a bounce. It's looking ready, guys, for altcoins. It really, really is. I think we're going to have a really good few weeks for the altcoin market. Maybe Bitcoin's going to be pretty slow in its growth. Maybe Ethereum even has done most of its move now, and it's just going to kind of slowly grind up. But the altcoins, I really believe, are just getting started. And that's why I just opened up a little bit of a degen trade here. I didn't put much money at all in this. I just put some peanuts. But I think there's a pretty good trading opportunity here on Fartcoin. You can see this is the all-time chart for Fartcoin, and it's come down literally to the macro golden pocket. The last time it was at this level, it pumped from this level all the way up to, 1.65, 1.7 in literally a matter of weeks. So I think there's a really good buy here for Fartcoin, whether you want to buy on spot or whether you want to get in a little bit of a trade like me, a little bit of a degen trade. Obviously, make sure you've got a stop loss and you know what you're doing. But if you want to get into a trade, you can claim some free money by using my link down below to Blowfin. Make sure you use my link, and you'll basically get some free capital to trade with, right? Depending on how much you deposit, you'll get some free capital to trade with, and you can literally, potentially enter a trade yourself if you're seeing a nice setup. But for me, Fartcoin here is looking good. I'm liking the structure, and as long as it holds this golden pocket here, I expect it to then get a bounce and get a nice move up to all-time highs in the coming weeks. However, obviously, it could lose this golden pocket here, in which case you'd then be targeting 5.2 and then maybe even a retest of the lows. But, as a trader, as an investor, you always need to know the worst-case scenario, and you always need to be willing to flip if your plan doesn't necessarily go your way. And that is why I've set a stop loss so that if we lose this golden pocket here, then I will exit the trade. So Fartcoin looking good. Others looking good, Ethereum looking good, Bitcoin looking okay. I mean, it's at major support, so I guess it's always a good buy, but I just think now we're getting to a point with Bitcoin where there's not a great deal of momentum left in the trade. What point in alt season do you think we're at? Do you still believe we're in the Bitcoin season? I honestly don't think we are. I think we're in the Ethereum season, and now we're about to make a transition into the large cap season. I think that's about to get underway pretty much any day now. We're about to start seeing coins like Solana, Sui, Say, other layer ones start to pump. I'm still saying Ethereum and Bitcoin will pump. They're just not going to pump to the same rate that some of the blue chip large caps will. And, this graph, it doesn't really make a whole deal of sense to me. Like, why is phase 4 alt season? Like, surely alt season should start here because Ethereum is an altcoin. These are just the stages of alt season. Phase 4 really should just be called the grand finale. That should just be called the period where you need to be selling, right? The final blow off top. The real alt season starts in phase 2. Phase 4 is just where it ends. And that's where you need to be taking profits because you're probably too late if you're buying in phase 4. But those are just my opinions, guys. Smash up the likes. Get in that Discord group if you want to see, a ton of alpha. This group literally is the place to be. You get chart alerts from the best technical analyst in the market, Cryptex. You also get real-time buy and sell alerts from myself, long-term investments in crypto that have done very good results already this bull run. We made over 20x on Troll. I literally called the Bitcoin dominance top exactly to the T at 66%. And just basically everything I've been saying has been going to plan so far. Maybe 9 out of 10 of the things I say come into fruition. So if you're interested in this group, if you're interested in starting to win in the crypto market, then join the group. The link is down below. And like I said, get on Blowfin. Guys, appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got those notifications on. And I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully we start to see some altcoin bounces by that point.